Well, hello there. I'm actually in Cebu City, and I just wanted to go over what I'm up to. And I bought a ticket in October that I didn't use for the ferry. And so I took it back over there, and they told me that I could still use the ticket, but I only had to pay 100 pesos for each leg of the journey. So I actually went from Dumaguete to Tagbilaran, which takes 2 hours, and Tagbilaran to Cebu City, which takes another 2 hours. So I only had to pay 100 pesos for 200 pesos total. Now, the deal is that ticket usually goes for 1,020 pesos from Dumaguete to Tagbilaran, and another 1,000 pesos to go from Tagbilaran to Cebu City. And it's business class. And okay, so I had the ticket. So I went to the port, and I went through the security. They checked everything, and then I went to pay my 15 pesos, correct change. Make sure you do exact change. So I did. I paid my 15 pesos for the fee, and then I went through the metal detector. But the metal detector had some like plastic crates on it blocking the way, and it said something like for repair or something like that. And I was kind of puzzled exactly where I was gonna how I was gonna get my luggage scanned. And I thought, well, maybe I'd take it through that, the thing you walk through. And they said, no, you need to put it on this table. And they just used a wand on the luggage. And so I passed my wanded luggage. And then check in my luggage to check-in luggage, and it was 90 pesos this time. I think the price has gone up. And so I got on business class, and smooth sailing the whole way. And I arrived at Cebu City, and I took a taxi to the Waterfront Hotel, where I'm at right now. Well, here I am at this hotel in Cebu City. It's called the Waterfront Hotel, and we're gonna look at the room real quick. All right, here's the front door, and there's a mirror, and what do we got in here? Let's see. It looks like a safe, and hangers, closet, and some drawers down there. And let's see, another closet. This is an awfully big room here. Refrigerator, TV, another mirror like a desk, and this gigantic bed. And over here is lamps, and it's a big refrigerator. Of course, it's got mini bar here. And let's see, looks like a hair dryer right here. But what I can't figure out is why is all this space here? I mean, you could put another bed there, I guess. I'm not sure. And let's see, picture of a boat. And let's look at some of the view here. It's in the evening, but I don't know if you can see over there, but that looks like the Angel Moroni. I think it is. Yeah, it's the Angel Moroni out there on top of that building. But I'm not sure. We'll see what happens in the morning. See what kind of view we get. And that's about it. I still can't figure out why there's so much room over here. That's huge. All right. Well, and that's it. Oh, wait a minute. One last thing. Do a quick shot of the bathroom. There's the sink and shower. And that's it, I believe. Waterfront Hotel. Oh yes, one other thing. This room goes for about 4,000 pesos a night, and that's including breakfast. The food is excellent. Check this out. This is a club sandwich here. Look at that. Looks pretty good. This is a hamburger here. Looks pretty good. So this hotel is pretty good, and the reason why I came over here was because of I wanted to renew my passport, and my passport is going to expire, and there's a consulate, the Cebu City American Consulate, as an office at the first floor of this hotel. And I thought, well, that'll be convenient. I can just go to the consulate and take care of it. Okay, so I went over there to check in, and they opened around 7:30 in the morning or 7:45, something like that. So I arrived, and they give you a number, and you walk into a waiting area that has like probably 20 seats in it. And then the two security guards there want to know what you're up to and why you're coming. And then you empty your pockets. You know, you don't take a cell phone in there or any of that. And you go through another one of those metal detectors, and then you go inside. There's no cameras allowed, no cell phones. And it's a pretty big place. When you go inside, there's probably seating for like 200 people, and they have like a rack on the side. It looks like a library rack where you have magazines, and they have like tables where you can fill out forms, and the consulate people are behind the glass, and then they call your name. So went in there and waited, and they called my name. I told them what I wanted to do. Now, if you want to get your passport renewed, it cost, a U.S. passport renewed, it cost $110, and it's good for 10 years. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get one of those cards also. You can get a passport, and then you get like a passport pocket card. And if you do that, then the total amount is $140. And so I filled everything out, and they said, well, the address, I gave them my Dumaguete address, and talk to, you go from one person and they go to another person. They, have all your stuff arranged, and they poked a hole through my passport. That's the way they do it. And they gave me the old passport back. And it's not really a valid passport, but you have it. And then they're gonna mail it to me. I believe it's like a courier type thing, and I will have to pay the courier when they show up. But There was only one problem. They said that my passport photos were too old and they wanted more recent passport photos. I said, okay, well, where do I go to get these passport photos? And the consulate guy says, oh, well, there's a place, you know, you walk outside the hotel and it's around the corner and there it is. Oh, okay. And so I walked outside, went to around the corner, and oh yeah, I was there for about 3 hours before I got to that point. And so I walked around the corner and I didn't see any place at all. So I talked to a Filipino guy. I said, now where could I get photos? And he said, well, you're probably going to need to go to the mall. I said, well, where's it at? So, well, it's City Mall, and you go down about 9 kilometers. I said, oh, so it's not walking distance. He said, but you can take a hobble hobble. Hobble hobble is like you ride on the back of a motorcycle and they take you somewhere. And so I asked the hobble hobble driver, I said, told him what I want to do, and I said, how much is it? And he said, 50 pesos. I said, no, that's okay. 50 pesos is about $1. I could probably take a taxi for about 100 pesos, so I'm not going to risk my life on a motorcycle if I can, unless I'm riding it, unless I'm driving, then I'm just going to take a taxi. So I walked along the crowded street where there's a lot of taxis in the road until I found one that didn't have anybody in it. I got in, and sure enough, it was 91 pesos. I gave him 100 pesos. And the name of the mall is called SM City Mall. So it's really big. So I thought, well, where in the world can I get photos, passport photos? So I looked around and I went to a stationery place, and it was a pretty big place, like a bookseller. And I asked somebody there, I said, where can I get passport photos? And the girl said, well, just a minute. And then so she showed me the aisle that had passport covers. And I said, well, no, I don't need a passport. I need passport photos. And she said, well, you have to go upstairs. There's a place over there. And so, sure enough, I found it. All right, Picture City over in SM Mall. What SM Mall is this called?
SM City.
The what?
SM City.
SM City Mall. And this is Picture City, where you can get your passport photos for 60 pesos. And Joe Mara is over there and he's the photographer. All right, so now you know. Right here, Picture City. Got a little distracted. We're at Borrow Phone.
Yes, sir.
And there she is right there. She's the Borrow Phone person. Wow. Well, your name is Daphne?
Dominic, sir.
Dominique. Oh, okay. And you're 5'4".
5'3".
5'3". But when she's standing on this thing, then she's 5'6". That's a high platform right there. And I see you got your lunch right there. What are you eating there?
Lunch, sir.
What?
Pancit.
It's spicy.
No, sir. It's called pancit.
It's pancit. And you're charging your phone. Okay, and some water.
Yeah,
So
it's spaghetti, sir.
Spaghetti. All right. Well, looks like you got it under control. But everything worked out. So I took my photos back to the consulate at the hotel and went inside, and it was about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the security guard said, you can go in, dropped off my camera, dropped off my phone, and I went inside and turned in my photos. So I'm in gear as far as passport. I renewed my passport, so it's going to come. They said 4 to 6 weeks, but maybe I made a good decision to actually come here. But now some people say that you can actually do it online, the whole thing online, and I guess you can. I decided to come over here to Cebu City, to the Consulate, and turn it in. And anyway, that is the latest. Oh, and there's one other thing. I got some photos of the hotel at the end of this video. You can watch those if you want to see what it looks like. Very nice hotel, waterfront hotel.